Good morning, pre-gamers. It is Wednesday, September 15th, 2021, 8:23 a.m. Eastern, 6:23 a.m. Mountain. If you are tuning in later in the day, you can fast forward to when this says 6:30 a.m., so 7 minutes from now. I'm going to mute myself. I'll be back on in just a second. Audio visual check, please. Thank you, folks. I appreciate it. Hey, Roger, Night Truck, Wave Trader, Barry, John, Lamb, Jorge, Chuck, thank you for the AV check. Topher, Sean, Davy Baby, Joseph, Josh, John, thank you. Every time I read your name, Topher, I think of like SEC schools and fraternity. Like Topher seems like a perfect like LSU frat boy name. I like your name. Very distinguished. We will get started in 5 minutes. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I will go over the market, crypto, commodities, today's fashion. Just kidding about that. Movers and shakers of the day. And we'll just get prepared for the market day. We do it in extreme rapid fire. So if it's a little too fast for you, not saying you're slow, but I talk fast, you can just pause it and go back. I try to drop nuggets for trading as I see them, try to help you along your journey. And of course, helping you helps me too. So this is provided free. If you want to join the Chart Guys community, we have a thriving community where we post cool things like news. We have a marijuana channel, a crypto channel. We post setups, high volume coming in. So if you're interested in that, you can check us out on chartguys.com. I cannot manage the chat room while I am live. It's hard for me to look at charts in the chat room at the same time. So we have some awesome moderators, and those moderators are actual members of TCG, and they will help you with any questions that you may have. Saturday is for the boys. Hey, Ann. Good morning. Ann with the proper spelling of Ann. If you're a member of TCG, I just shared my options watch list. I've been staring at this for a while, trying to figure out how to share it, and I just figured it out. So I shared my actual toss link, so you could just upload, and then you can add whatever or take away what you don't want to watch. This UNP call, this setup, I've been watching it. I've talked to y'all about it Monday. I talked to y'all about it. I'm going to move my microphone a little closer. Talked to you about it yesterday, and it's just not working out. And they had some news this morning, not UNP, but related. Let me go find that news. Canadian National won't improve the Kansas City Southern offer, so that was going to be an acquisition. They're saying they won't add more money to the pot. So I don't know if that'll negatively impact UNP. So it may not be tradable, but I just like keeping it on my watch list, and I keep it on front of mind awareness because I don't want to let that get away from me, because I like the setup for a daily oversold bounce. And then here are the other names that I'm watching, so you can grab that toss link, TCG members, and hopefully it'll help you out. The more preparing we can do in pre-market the night before, it makes us so much more ready for the day, well prepared and set up for success, because trading is hard already. The logistics of trading, the actual process of clicking buttons, the quicker that we can make that process, the more seamless we can make it, the more successful we will be. Yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hey, Jason. Hey, Blue Dog, Mustang, Tammy. Thank you, Ann. I appreciate it. We will get started in 2 minutes. The story of the day for me is NASDAQ, and I should just stop and mention I am having some TradingView issues this morning. I just took down all my TradingView charts and reopened them. I hope it works, but this volume is getting buggy, so I may have to delete it off the chart so it's not distracting, because volume is important, but price action is the most important. So if I have to delete it, I can still do my job and get through these charts, but I just wanted you to give you a heads up if I have to stop and take the volume off the chart. Don't think that I trade without volume, but I may have to, because it's just not, we're not having a good morning. Good afternoon. Where are you coming to us from, Sandra? And thank y'all for joining. I was looking at Dan's market video. I look at it every morning before I start my prep, because I'm always picking up tips and tricks, and I like to see his view of the world. And it is just so interesting to see how the views went up when we have the bears come into the market. It's like people start clamoring for information. But when you can trade just about anything and it go bullish, you don't need all the technical analysis help. It's just fascinating. So, hi, Angry Buddha. Romia Tube. Hi. All right. It is time to get started. Oh, Roblox just had some news. I need to remember that. And it just went in our news channel. Roblox August daily active users is up 32%. So that chart can be pretty volatile. So I want to remember to look at that chart. So the story of the day is NASDAQ, but we're starting with ES. If you're interested in my chart setup, it's on the screen now. Yellow and purple, 50 and 200 simple moving average. Green and red, 8 and 21 EMA. The yellow candles just indicate inside bars, and I like to call them the Russian nesting dolls. The price rests within the mother bar's range. So you have a larger bar, and then the price just stays within it. And those form tightening ranges that are very tradable, and they offer amazing signals. And by coloring them yellow, it's just easier for my eyes. They pop out and I see them. I use CM Ultimate RSI multi-time frame. So the orange line on my RSI is the daily EMA, and it's plotted on whatever time frame I'm looking at. And the blue is the RSI that corresponds with the time frame I'm looking at. I hope that made sense. And then the Squeeze Pro indicator by Makito. I'm always looking for squeezes because I'm primarily an options day trader, and I need not only for it to be in the right direction, I need it to get there fast. So the story of the day is NASDAQ. We have this 4-hour EQ, and NASDAQ held that, what day was that? Monday low. Yep, the Monday low of 1534275. Yesterday it held it. This chart is everything for me. It sets the stage for the entire day. We have seen it, or at least I have honed in on my skill set since we started the pregame show in April, is if you have all four sectors, if you have all four going down to the low of day and they all break the low of day and one does not, then it can save the market. And vice versa, if they're all going up to the high of the market and one gets a double top, then it can bring everything down. So NASDAQ holding this 4-hour higher low is everything for me today. And this Microsoft news is huge. $60 billion share buyback program, and I believe they're increasing their dividend. Please verify all this news information. Remember, I am processing news for hours in pre-market, so it's a lot of details, and I always try to be as accurate as possible, but don't just take a trade based on what I say. Please verify it. And I'm Chart Gal Lori. I think I said that earlier, and I'm part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis, and thank you for landing here. So 4-hour EQ is everything, and this Microsoft news for me, could it bring NASDAQ out of this 4-hour EQ to the upside? We also have Yom Kippur tomorrow, and there is a seasonality or phenomenon that's known in trading that you sell Rosh Hashanah and you buy Yom Kippur, and the the Jewish community, they take off during that time, so volume can be lower. So it's just something to remember. I can't trade that. I just have it in the back of my mind as a little extra piece of information. And then monthly OPEX is actually contradicting and contrarian information to that bullish by Yom Kippur, because monthly OPEX, we have pulled back on monthly OPEX. Wrong one. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months in a row. Or is this going to happen this Friday? This Friday is quad witching. So SPY will pull back because we have a dividend. So it technically is not pulling back because the dividend's taken out of it. But a lot of times that can be bearish because people wake up, see SPY is down and they sell, but they don't realize it's just the dividend. So that's why I am a stickler for staying on ES when I am trading, because it gives me the most amount of information and the most amount of accurate apples to apple information. So let's go look at SPY real quick so I can show you. So SPY is not touching, look at this, it's not touching the daily 50 MA. ES is. I've been very vocal about this on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, why not? Chart Gal Lori. I won't spam you, I promise. So we are sitting on this daily 50 MA. I posted in the TCG room. I've posted it multiple times. This daily 50 MA is everything for me because we have back tested it 8 times and we haven't. Look here, we couldn't get a significant candle close below the 50 MA. The algos look at this level, they look at this moving average. So the past 50 days, we have traded above this price level. On average, 44.25, prices stayed above it. So as long as we stay above it, in my opinion, it is a dip buy opportunity. And yesterday we came within $1, yeah, maybe, or 25 cents of touching it. So I'm considering that touched, back tested. Now, where do the bulls go from here? We have potential 4-hour bear flags on ES, NASDAQ, YM, and RTY. So potential 4-hour bear flags. RTY is really weak this morning. And we got the frown overhead. The yellow 50 MA, we got the frown overhead, and it's pushing down price. It just shows the momentum to the downside. I like to call that SOTIMA, slope of the EMA. The slope of the EMA and how they separate tells you a lot. And think about what that is telling you. So if this green is the 8 EMA and the red is 21 EMA, it is weighting the more recent price action. So 8 candles of price here and 21 here. So when you start getting that separation, that means more recent price action is extremely volatile to the downside. So if you were driving a car, let's say this car, you're driving 60 miles an hour instead of 25 miles an hour, it's going faster. That slope of the EMA tells you how fast it's going to the downside. The bulls absolutely have their work cut out for them. And I thought the most profound thing that Dan said on last night's video, and I'm not going to get volume to even tell you. Okay, I'll have to fix it. Sorry, y'all. I told y'all this could be a problem. So I'll keep doing that, but I'm not going to waste a ton of time trying to get this volume on here. But I thought it was important enough. This was the opening range yesterday. CPI numbers pushed up on very little volume. Then the market opens. We get that lower high top fish opportunity on high bear volume. That told us everything we needed to know for the day. The bears were coming in. They were coming in swinging. So we will be watching volume at open, and it will tell us a lot about price and what, oh God. I'm going to move it to below, and if it keeps messing up, I'm just going to ignore it. So we have resistance at 444850, 447950. Support, we just broke the support of 443150 by 75 cents. I would say that's a double bottom for now on the hourly, double bottom, and then 442525. NASDAQ, I'll say it again, the most important chart of the day for me. And y'all know I love my hourly 50 MA. So what can price do to get above the hourly 50 MA? One more thing, SPY 4-hour. I don't know why I can see it a little bit clearer on SPY than I can on ES, but this 4-hour trend line to the downside, I always say I don't use trend lines, but it's just an obvious area to short until the bulls can get up and over it. So NASDAQ, resistance, I'm going to get rid of all this. Resistance 15524, 1557. Support 15369, 15344 and 15342. So key is to hold this 4-hour EQ and break bull, then get over the hourly 50 MA. YM is much weaker. We just broke this low, 34386 by $8. I would still call that a double bottom, but it's this 4-hour bear flag is trying to confirm that is bearish. So we have resistance. I think I gave you the levels, 34559, 34613. RTY much weaker, 4-hour bear flag potential. Looks like we're trying to get a hammer right now in the 4-hour. They're buying the dip. The support broke, the $2,200 psychological level broke this morning. Your next support is down at 2109, way down there. So RTY is very weak. I would not be looking to play RTY to the long side. If I'm looking to play anything to the long side, it's going to be QQQ, NQ, Microsoft, Apple, because they're positioned well with news and with that 4-hour EQ and Monday morning hold. I hope I'm making sense, y'all. I feel like sometimes I get so far into the weeds, but like I told y'all Monday, it's like I wake up every morning and all these puzzle pieces are thrown on the floor and I have to pick up each one and put the puzzle together. And so I'm trying to articulate what my puzzle looks like the best I can. And I know I'll just keep getting better. And if I'm going too far in the weeds, then sorry about that. But it helps you. It helps me. Let's just paint the picture of what we're dealing with. Okay, gold. Gold is trapped below the daily 200 simple moving average and 4-hour high or low, the most likely scenario. So I would say the bulls are making progress. You see that we have this 50 MA over here, overhead, and the daily 200 MA. So the daily 200 MA is overhead. We are still within yesterday's range. We're making progress, meaning we're over the daily 50 MA. We got a candle close above the 8 and 21 EMA, and we've bounced high enough now to get a higher low. So bulls will be looking for a 4-hour higher low scenario to play for a possible higher high breakout. Oil very bullish. And we always start our morning with monthly. Look at this volume. What am I doing? What do I need to fix? If y'all know, let me know. Y'all are always so helpful when y'all see stuff on my computer that's not working right. So thank you for that. So 4-hour potential monthly bull flag. We had the weekly bear break with very little follow through, which makes us zoom out and look for that bull flag. And now on the daily, oil has some zoom. 74.23 resistance. Hourly bull flag confirming support 71.32, 70.67. Aggressive bears, and I mean super aggressive bears, will be looking to short any spike on the inventory report this morning. So oil has inventory at 10:30 this morning. We know Hurricane Ida wiped out and paused some offshore drilling rigs to drill oil. So, and they're saying we have higher oil demand. I don't know. But if we spike at that inventory report, that could be a short opportunity, is a spike into inventory. Your next resistance is up at 71.96, 71.96, so $72. High risk with all this bull momentum. Bitcoin is running into the underside of this 4-hour 200 MA, but most important for me is this 50% retrace. Let me kind of scroll out so you can see what. So this more recent in April, the recent run up high, and then that low from June, I took that pivot swing high down to that pivot swing low fib, and we're sitting on this 50% retrace. It's like a magnet. So yesterday's range was pretty big, and we're staying within that range for now. On the weekly, last week's range was pretty big, and we're staying within that now. And when we have an inside range, we know when we zoom in, we're going to see the drunk girl walking home from the bar in high heels. If you don't know what I mean, it's just a joke, meaning that price just plays bangarang within it, and it looks like it has no clear direction. Well, when you zoom out, you're like, oh, it's a tightening range. So the bulls and bears are just fighting within this range, and it just kind of looks helter-skelter. So hourly inside bar, potential hourly bull flag on Bitcoin. Congrats, crypto bulls. Ethereum is not as strong. I'm going to go back to Bitcoin. So look at Ethereum, this 345206 from yesterday evening. At market open, we got that high. We're not above that yet, and Bitcoin is. So hourly bull flag potential on Bitcoin. Ethereum, we are within this tightening range. 345206 is your clear resistance. Support 335996. Now for potential setups today, AMT. Yeah, the Evergrande default, Chris, is a big story. Dan covered it yesterday. We have awesome, knowledgeable members that have been sharing all this information on Evergrande, a bond company, lots of or a real estate company. They're defaulting on some bonds, lots and lots of negative news and how it could impact all of these other economies, how it could affect BlackRock, who's associated with it. So, I am not an economist. I did sleep at a Holiday Inn Express last night, so I'm not going to pretend that I know about all this stuff and pretend to be knowledgeable. I know technical analysis, and so I'll just stay in my lane. All that said, there is some pretty heavy bearish stuff coming out with this Evergrande, and it could impact the market, and this could be our daily loss of the daily 50 MA on the SPY. So we'll see. I think that tomorrow and Friday are going to be some of the more volatile days we've seen all year. That is my gut, but unfortunately I can't trade my gut, so I'll just stick with price action. So AMT, the reason I'm looking at AMT, it was a huge swing report winner. I mean, we just crushed it. I forget where, probably back in here. We had this trampoline move off the daily 50 MA. It was just beautiful. But the reason I'm looking at it is XLRE. So I was typing a tiny little bear break. I didn't finish typing. We had this tiny bear break below this weekly inside bar. So here's our bearings. We had a weekly inside bar last week, and yesterday we broke below it by, drum roll, 6 cents. 6 cents. That is not a bear break. This actually looks like a potential weekly bull flag. Not ideal on bull flags. You know what we want. We want lower wicks. Lower wicks. But this still could be a weekly bull flag. I thought was a tiny bear break. This could be a buying opportunity for XLRE if the overall market gets its life together. So AMT, look how much stronger it looks. It's a weekly inside bar. It did not break bear, and it has an hourly EQ. So I like this to the long side. If we could come back and test this 295.50 area, it could be a buying opportunity. CCJ, I just copied exactly what Dan wrote in the room. I was cheating off my smart friend. CCJ, $25 break, confirms the hourly trend change back to bulls, and daily higher low will most likely be set. So we're looking for that daily higher low and this huge uranium name, huge bull move. Our team has been all over it. It's been impressive to watch. I have not gotten a piece of this action, and that's okay. I can't trade everything, but it's still really impressive to watch these really smart traders just totally nail this trade. So a pull back to 23.92 area could be a buy within this EQ. So our higher time frames, we're looking for a daily high or low. So you zoom into a lower time frame to position yourself for success, looking for that daily higher low, meaning we'd buy an hourly higher low attempt above 23.92. Got to get over $25 would be the test. So a pullback could be a buying opportunity, or this couldn't work. So we know all of the above scenarios could happen. So DKNG, we're daily higher low watch, but again, this is Dan's notes. Watching for broader, we need the broader market help. We're sitting on the daily 21 EMA. So all DKNG is done, and we got this short up here. It was so much fun. But all DKNG did was mean revert. It reverted back to the mean. Mean reversion being the 21 EMA. There's approximately 21 days in trading days in the month, so it's the average. So all we did was mean revert. This is not a giant puke by the bears, and we were looking to short to sell the news of their new game they had out or whatever app last week, and with football starting. But football has just started. This could have a lot more bullish stuff in it. However, one little asterisk on this is we've had a lot of negative casino news come out. Macau is getting some crackdown. We had lots of downgrades. Wynn got downgraded. LVS got downgraded, I believe. I would need to confirm that. But this is not a casino, obviously, but it is related. So it's gambling. So we will see. This could have a negative impact, and this trade could be a bust. FCX. So these same smart people that are all over uranium have been pointing out copper. Copper looks bullish on higher time frames. It looks like what uranium looked like before it broke out. If you want to look at that, you could look at HG. I'll pull it up real quick. So HG looking good, potential monthly bull flag. This lower wick looks good. Typically, I like four candles in my bull flag, so this is a little bit exaggerated, but still looking good. FCX, monthly, weekly, daily inside bar. This chart looks good. And I like giving y'all names that are safer. No name is safe to trade. Anything and everything can happen. We don't know what the outcomes are. We're using the left side of the chart to increase our probabilities for the right side of the chart. We have no idea what could happen, but I do like giving you names that have liquid options, smaller price. I know I give y'all stuff like Amazon and Shop and Snow and Roblox that are harder to trade, but I like to throw in names that are not as hard. And I would say FCX is a simpler name to trade, just real clear ranges. Again, liquid options, lower price. So I love these inside bars, and I would like to position myself bullishly for a day trade and or a multi-day swing on FCX to the long side Lidley. This is dangerous. So this is only for the experienced trader, because when on a counter trend trade, so if you are new, trend is your friend. Counter trend is not your friend. Stay away from counter trend trades if you are a newer trader or you're an experienced trader who's struggling, who is in a slump. These are tougher to trade. UNP and Lidley, I have two names on the list again that are tough to trade counter trend, but we have this little sneaky support over here, 230.57. We are still in a weekly uptrend on Lidley, and daily is oversold. Again, weekly uptrend on Lidley, daily oversold. Daily RSI is 26, and they got a little news this morning. They're supplying the government or somebody with 388 million doses of something. But this could be what Lily needs to get the dead cat bounce. Now we're just looking for a counter trend flip. Is it a dead cat bounce, or is it actual bulls buying, or is it just bears buying to cover? We don't know. Hourly trend changes tell us the difference, that marks the difference between dead cat bounces, just a rollover again, or an actual EQ, and the size of these bounces. So I'm looking for a Lily bounce 231.98. I would be a buyer, or high of low bar. So if we have any pullback on these candles, then we look for that high of low bar break, and then we could get in long. I like this for a counter trend flip. Dangerous, and it has a dividend. 85 cents. Yeah, that's a healthy dividend, $4 on a $233 stock. So it does have a healthy dividend. So this actually could be a bottom fish for your IRA or your income account that you may need. But it has a higher probability of not working. This is a Queen of the Mountain setup, but it has a higher probability of you stopping out because it's counter trend. Lulu, Queen of the Mountain. Love this. Weekly inside bar, daily inside bars. Now, this is where it gets tricky. On this name, and I think they may have gotten an upgrade this morning, I'm not sure. But on this name, we have daily inside bar. Here is your resistance and support. I like this chart. But it's weird. When I used to hear traders say, oh, I would love for it to pull back so I could buy it. You're like, what? If you want to buy it, don't you want it to go up? No, slow down the car and let me get in and then take off. So I want it to slow down the car and come back test this 419 area. And even if it would get a little bear break. So remember this level, 417.09. 417.09. If we could get a little bear break of these daily inside bars, and if the market was holding up reasonably well and not completely puking, I would like to go long on Lulu, 417.09 for a day trade and or a swing. But again, swings are kind of iffy right now with the market. Microsoft. This was some big old news. This was huge. Potential weekly bull flag. We were watching it last week for this daily bear break with a little follow through, and look ahead. Look ahead. We are here. We are here. You have arrived. Unbelievable news. And I know I get super excited about these big news events, but again, I like business and I like these big business stories that are doing pretty cool things. So this is a potential hourly bull flag. You're going to have to do the high of low bar strategy, our 5-minute oversold. You can't just jump in. We have to have a system to get in, a process. Netflix, we are looking for that daily high or low watch. Again, 57556 is your low. If we could come back and hold that and then bounce, would like to go long. Netflix, day trade, Queen of the Mountain, PM. I, of course, don't like cigarettes with the rest of the world. Even the people who smoke cigarettes, I don't think like cigarettes, but I'm not trying to give you a name that's morally corrupt because I'll trade whatever. I don't care. But Potential hourly falling wedge, and they're raising their dividend. This looks good to go long. They're raising their dividend big. I think it's like to $5, so that'd be 5%. Yeah, this looks good for a potential long bottom fish on this news. 101.77 SE. Upgrade to $400. And a potential weekly bull flag, holding that weekly 8 EMA. Super strong stock. So they've been buying pullbacks, and as long as they're buying pullbacks, I think maybe we should too. So potential bull flag on larger time frames. So that would be the weekly, hourly, high-low bar, back burner trade, meaning the first 5-minute oversold. That's your trade setups for SE. UNP, only for the experience. Look at this mess. What? This is some Michigas. So 202.61 yesterday, 198.59 is the level. The monthly level is 193.14 is that monthly level. We're just mean reverting. It looks ugly, it looks terrible, but we're just mean reverting. Now, I don't think we're just going to stop using trains all of a sudden, and I understand there's a lot of vaccination demands that are cutting out workforce, and it's just interrupting our supply chain. I don't know if the trains are stopped because the engineers aren't vaccinated and they lost their jobs. I don't know. But this could be a nice bottom fish opportunity. Don't start the bounce without me. XLF. Okay, so XLF, I don't know if y'all follow Sarah Strat Sniper. I did a video with her this weekend. She does the Strat, and I think the Strat is an awesome system, and I think it's great for newer traders or even struggling traders to learn it, because the system has very clear rules. It doesn't have a lot of ambiguity, and I think that's important. So one of the things she likes to point out are outside bars and how they form broadening formations on lower time frames, and XLF is a perfect example of that. Outside bar yesterday, which means we eclipsed the range for the prior day, and this has a nice, beautiful 4-hour broadening formation. So how do I trade that, Lori? Well, the broadening formation in itself, I wouldn't say is tradable, but I just like knowing that it's there. So if we got up here in this area, I'd be looking to short that clear price resistance. But Dan was pointing out how on larger time frames, if we're looking, for example, a bear flag, then you zoom into like 15-minute, look for a rising wedge. Well, that's what I'm looking for with XLF. I am looking to short this EMA or this EMA, and I've done that by putting a horizontal line, and I learned this from Devin. I always try to give credit to where credit's due, but you know, we're all learning from each other, so I just want you to know I appreciate all the people who have influenced me and given me tips and tricks. So this could be an hourly bear flag, so I would short in this area. 37.68 is kind of moved down now a little bit. It's coming down to meet price, so right there and right there. So that way, when I zoom in to the 5-minute or 15-minute, I know, okay, I'm looking for something to happen there. I would be looking to go short for the hourly bear flag, and I could use 37.67 price action as that stop. QQQ, we're almost done, 4 more minutes. Here are your levels. 4-hour EQ, story of the day, SPY. Here are your levels. Potential 4-hour bear flag everywhere. Now, what are your requests? CMG. Dan will go live in 3 minutes. I was very long-winded today. Okay, CMG could be a monthly bull flag. We have a monthly inside bar, but it could pull back all the way to the 1750 area and still be a bull flag. So it looks like the bulls just need a break right now, but I would say, Tammy, I don't have a strong setup on this. I can't say go long here or go short here. I just don't see a setup. AMD. AMD, we have this support of 101.98. We held that. And on the monthly, we have a monthly inside bar. It could be forming a bull flag. It just had this huge, tremendous move, and it's just taking a break. Resistance 106.82, support 105.34. That's it for me. Thank you for joining me. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, bring a friend tomorrow, and use stop losses. How about that for a to-do list? See y'all in the room, TCGers, or see you tomorrow. Well, I can't. I'm a sucker when y'all ask for help. Apple. So Apple, I have a buy alert here for 147 with Microsoft news and this 4-hour EQ. Yesterday's low is key to hold. I would be looking long at that support. Now I'm really done. Bye, y'all.